Okay guys, it's time I show you the nitty-gritty, the real performance carburetor tuning, the little tricks that I'm working on to actually improve flow, improve throttle response, and make a little more horsepower. Okay? Watch this. Now, there are 4 different types of carburetors out there. Ones you buy brand new, there's ones you buy second hand, there's ones you build yourself, then there's the 4th one. That's the one we're getting into right now. An actually fully tuned, handcrafted carburetor. All the tricks done to it. Okay? That's the 4 stages. Here's what we're doing. Now I've got this thing blasted apart right now, and what I'm doing, first of all, is coming through and I am detailing all these edges, right? Airflow does not like a sharp edge. A sharp edge is going to deflect airflow. Deflected airflow will run into the airflow trying to run past it and cause a traffic jam, right? So we are just dressing all of these edges right in here, right? Right here I can feel a ridge on these corners. Over here I dressed it out, okay? Very smooth. So that's number 1. You do that on the main body and you do that on the base plate. Both sides, okay? Around that sharp edge. Okay, that's the easy part. Now here comes the challenging part. It all has to do with these butterflies, okay? This opening here. Now, take a look in here, okay? You are giving up a lot of airflow with this obstruction right in the way, okay? So what we're doing is we are taking the butterflies and we are going to give them a chiseled edge right here on this side, and we flip it over and it's going to be here on that side. Now the reason you do that is because these do not sit flush, right? They're at an angle. So only one edge is actually sealing up against here at any given time, right? In this case, this edge is not sealing. That edge is. So we don't touch that, and we leave that edge alone, and we come here and we start chiseling away, smoothing, making basically an airplane wing out of it, right? All the way blending this out, okay? And we do the same thing, not here, because that's where it's sealing, but here on that side, okay? Now, I've already begun that on this side, as you can see, right like that, and right like that, okay? Now, the second thing we're going to do, and this is kind of difficult with one hand, so sorry. Now the second thing we're going to do after we get that done is we got to address these screws. Look at how much of the screw is interfering, right? Now come over here. I ground away the bottom end where it's sticking out. We're gonna massage this this a lot more, okay? We'll leave this alone, we'll leave this alone, but right in the middle here, we're going to blend it back. Over here, we're going to start blending this stuff back and shaving that post down a bit, okay? And the flat head, the head of the screw too, we're shaving it down. That's going to get shaved down a lot more than that. It's just for demonstration purposes only. That's going to be just about invisible once I'm done. Not all the way, because that's what's holding this on here, so you can't get rid of it completely, but you can make it just basically almost non-existent. It'll be basically just a rivet at that point. Now, the name of the game is flow, okay? We got to smooth this out as much as possible. So there's just, I mean, the less in the way, the more that can get through, right? Now, there's another thing we're going to be looking at while we have this apart, Let me show you. We take this and we go full throttle. Okay, so you can see those are the primaries. They're facing straight up and down. Take a look at my secondaries. They're not all the way open. Okay, this is pretty common for a lot of carburetors, that is not quite adjusted right. The way you adjust that is by bending this rod right here. This rod actuates those secondaries, right? Like that. If you bend it, what you're doing is you're shortening it so it will open further. See that? If you put a bend in there, it'll open that just a little bit further, allowing your secondaries to fully open. You're not getting full throttle this way. Now this is the kind of stuff right here. That's what separates the men from the boys, gentlemen. Going through, optimizing every single part of this machine. It's a carburetor. Most people just buy them. They'll change the jets. They know how to do that. But they just get them and they slap them on. Right? No. This is how you get performance out of one of these things. I mean, the secondary is not opening all the way. That's big. That's, you know, you're not getting full throttle. Going through and you're shaving down these shafts, you're shaving down the screws, you're getting rid of all the obstructions, allowing air to go through. You take an 850 carburetor, a 750 carburetor, a 600 carburetor, you massage it, it's going to flow more than its actual rating at that point. Once you're done doing the carburetor, do everything that's attached to it too. There's no point in dressing down all the sharp edges on that carburetor if you're going to leave the sharp edge right here. Take a look at this. This is brand spanking new, this nitrous plate, right? But look, we have ridges right here. We have a really ragged edge right here. All this stuff you got to dress down. Otherwise, everything you do above it doesn't matter, because once it hits here, it's just gonna, you know, yet again, I feel ridges, I feel sharp edges all over here. You got to dress all this down. Now, depending on how serious you are, you can take this exact concept to the extreme too. Now look down here. This is what the carburetor sees. What is the point of having that right there, that ledge? What is that ledge doing for you, right? Other than interfering with the shot of the nitrous. That nitrous is just shooting right into that ledge right there. Realize every part is made with manufacturing tolerances, okay? There's a certain amount of error that can occur part to part. It's built in. It's, you know, that way it can fit most applications. Well, you're not building most applications, you're building your application. You have to take those pieces, those cookie cutter pieces, right, and massage everything down to match your, you have to finish the product. Buying the parts is one thing, actually finishing the parts and making it all flow cohesively is another. That's the key. Yet again, and I'm stressing this now, what is this nitrous shot doing by hitting this ledge, other than getting deflected and blocking the rest of the flow trying to happen, or possibly fuel coming out of suspension? I mean, right there, that's directly into the ledge, right? That's just what I'm doing to get this ready for the No Name Nationals, all right? Ready for spring. We got to have all our ducks in a row, right? Okay, I'll catch you next time.